Welcome to the Legacy Leaders Podcast. Are you doing the best for your client to help them create their legacy? Are you creating a plan that goes far beyond finances to help people ensure that it becomes the driving force behind all decisions? On this podcast, hosts Katie Beth Hand and Stan Miller will help you with growing your practice and your clients' peace of mind. Together, they bring the best and brightest minds to share with you how to help your clients develop their best legacy. And now, here are your hosts, Katie Beth and Stan.
My name is Chris Baldino, and welcome to the Expert Interview Podcast Series. I'm your host, and today my expert guest is Christina Fishman. Tina's focus is Medicare education and plan selection. Tina's a broker and a licensed insurance agent in the state of Florida. Tina, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Tina, let's go back in time. Let's just get right to it. And in business, how did you get started in this industry field?
So I actually took a personality test to figure out where I needed to go next. Previously, I did some teaching. I was a paralegal, and I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And I was kind of at a loss for where I wanted to go, what direction I wanted to go in. So I decided to take a personality assessment. And one of the things on there was insurance. So I decided to take my 215, which is health and life, right? Health and life insurance. And then I just started interviewing everyone I could to see kind of where I wanted to go.
That's awesome. A test. Wow. And so was there a person or an individual mentor or somebody that influenced you?
So when I started interviewing, I came across this lady. Her name is Tammy Cravata. And she and I just hit it off. Our kind of philosophies on life seemed to align. And she primarily did Medicare education and plan selection. And so I decided to align with her in business. And yeah, I mean, she is still my mentor to this day. I mean, I love the way that she does business.
Yeah, it's such a special thing if you're lucky to have a mentor to guide you along the way. And usually people in any industry have a few people that were out there and thank God took the time to help them. So fast forward to today, Tina. Can you tell me what it is that you specialize in and what makes you feel different? What makes you feel different than others in the industry?
I think I care. And sometimes it's difficult for me to say that because I don't generally boost myself to other people. But if I'm being honest, that is the difference. I really don't pay attention to commissions when I'm talking with people. I do my intake. I try to figure out with them the best path for them and work with them to select what is best for them from there.
I would say that as well, Tina. I mean, you've helped me help my clients. I'm in the retirement planning business because I don't know everything about Medicare. And I know you've taken your time to help them, and it's been great. It's been a great resource for me. And I'm glad that I can help you. Helping others is really what this is coming about. So what kind of experience are you trying to deliver?
My focus, I think that as much as possible, I would like to have a customized solution for my clients, right? Again, not focusing on what's best for the carrier, not focusing on what's on the commercials, really digging into what's best for them and providing a solution from there.
Yeah, it's so important, right? People don't want to deal with businesses. They want to deal with people.
Yeah.
And you're a broker, so you work with many different companies, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I have 14 different carriers right now, over 120 different plans in this area. And yeah, I love working for my clients. That's what I do.
Yeah, and so you're part of what makes you special, Tina, is you pay attention to the 14 different plans and 14 different companies and 100 different plans, right? So that makes you an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
It is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
And as a professional, you do your job to make sure you can help people. So can you tell our listeners today a story, how you helped someone overcome a struggle or get out of harm's way?
Yeah. Well, yesterday I had told you earlier there were a couple, but I think probably most recently, I have a client who was on a Medicare supplement. He wanted to see a doctor who only took Medicare Advantage. So he wanted to try Medicare Advantage. There's this thing called a trial right, right? So he wanted to try Medicare Advantage. Well, 3 days before his trial right ended, he found out that he had a mass. So he called me. He's like, Tina, what do I do? And
Can you say that
a
again?
mass, right?
Wow. Sure.
So we didn't know what that was at the time.
Mm.
But, my thought is you can always go back to a Medicare Advantage, right? During the right time of year, during the right election period. But this is your shot at being on a supplement. And if you need to go to Boston to get care, you can do that without worrying as much about pre-authorizations and things like that. So I think that's probably the most significant recently. Yeah.
And it's a scary thing with
Yeah.
all these plans. You sign up for a plan and then something happens and they pick the wrong plan and you're there to help them work through that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Definitely.
Tina, what are some common misconceptions about your industry that frustrates you?
That we're all the same.
Mm.
Because, especially right now, there's a lot of talk about bad actors, and we're not all created equal. We're not all just out there to flip people onto this plan or that plan so that we can be the agent of record. I can't tell you the number of people I've talked to, and I have not changed their plan because what they're on is what's best for them, and some of us are like this and some of us aren't. So that's
Yep.
that's
Yeah. Usually, yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So I think what we're trying to build here and helping people is so paramount in finding trust. Trust is such a big deal.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, people want to do business with people, not corporations or AI
Yeah.
agents or bots, right? So speaking of that in technology, where do you see your industry or field going in the next 5 years or 10 years?
Oh, I definitely, especially, again, in the news recently, I think that we're going to be using more AI for pre-authorizations and things like that, which pluses and minuses, right? But overall, I feel like there should be someone overseeing these decisions that are made by non-humans because there is a human element when it comes to things like that, in my opinion.
Sure.
So, yeah. And I do see also that people are going to be pushed into doing their own research and signing up on their own, which is, it's a little scary for some people,
100%.
First of all,
The internet's a big place. That's scary.
it's a big place. And not only that, you're learning a new language when it comes to Medicare already, right? And then you're supposed to navigate all of these different options and all of these different plans
Right.
on your own. It's intimidating.
Yeah, I can see just about every industry being transformed in a positive way with these AI tools. But at the end of the day, people want to do business with people. And I know in my profession, AI can help me sort through things that would have taken me 4 hours. Now it takes me 10 minutes, right? It's very helpful. Same in your industry. But at the end
That's
of,
true. That is, yeah.
yeah, that's a plus of technology. And I welcome AI and those things that can help us. Tina, what's an ideal client for you and how can you help? How can people find you?
So, an ideal client for me is someone who is retiring or someone who is turning 65. Maybe they really don't know what direction to go in. They need some education. And I like doing that. I like helping people to understand the ABCs. So, where to find me? You can call me. My cell phone is 813-817-3139. And my website right now is www.customcareins.com.
Yeah, you mentioned the ABCs of Medicare. How many letters are there now in the alphabet? There's Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. Is it
Okay, so
F?
this
Has
gets
it
a
gone
little
on up to F?
complicated. Yeah, this gets even more complicated because there's A and B of original Medicare, right? There's C, which is Medicare Advantage. There's D, which is your prescription drug coverage. And then put that aside. If you're then looking at supplements, and if anyone wants to know what that is, please call me. You go through the alphabet all over again and you start with A. So that's part of the reason I think that it's so confusing.
100%. I mean, it used to be simple. If you wanted vanilla yogurt in the grocery store, there was just vanilla yogurt, right? But today we've got sugar-free, fat-free, probiotic, non-probiotic. It's very confusing, right? And you need somebody there to help you, customize the yogurt for your particular situation. So, Tina, is there anything else you want to say before we sign off today?
I'm here to help.
You're here to help. Well, I want to thank our listeners today for listening. And this has been an expert interview podcast series with Chris Baldino, your host. Our guest today was Tina Fishman. For more information on Tina and the work that she does, please visit the contact info in the show notes below. And details how to get in contact with her will be there. So goodbye for today.
You've been listening to the Legacy Leaders Podcast with Katie Beth Hand and Stan Miller. For more information on them and the show, please visit pinnaclelegacylaw.com. If you like what you've learned today, do share the program with your friends and subscribe wherever podcasts are found.